Hello, it's Jen again. I hope you all had a good week. I had a really good week myself. I'm still sort of struggling with some type of cold-like symptoms, so I'm going to keep this fairly short. And to be honest, I don't have a whole lot of things to talk about other than, yay, I released chapters 1 through 3 of Allele Origin, so that is available at itch.io. I'll leave a description in the link below. It is a browser-based game that you can also download for Android, PC, or Mac. For those of you who haven't been following my development on this game, I'm just going to reiterate that this was a sort of back to basics experiment for me to focus more on my storytelling and just the essentials of a visual novel experience. I'm not the type to usually write such dark or like moody material, so this was also kind of an extra challenge because I think that type of atmosphere is a little more difficult to create. You have to be a little bit more intentional, and my artwork is not like naturally dark. Like I don't usually draw things that would look more horrific. In fact, I have some some time lapses. I always want to say speed paint, but I guess that's not the right term. Some time lapses of my monster drawings here, and even my monster drawings, I think when you look at like the colors and the lines that I choose, they don't look that creepy. And I was told that my werewolf looks kind of like furry, like friendly, even though I tried to give him a more ferocious looking expression. Probably if he wasn't baring his teeth at you, then yeah, he probably would look kind of like fuzzy and like pet him. Good boy. But monsters are still kind of fun for me to draw because I don't really use any reference, and I get to kind of push proportions and features, make them asymmetrical, just kind of be really loose and weird with it. I try not to reference too much while I'm actually drawing because it is something that's coming from the imagination. It's like fantastical, so I don't want to be too heavily influenced by any one depiction of these things. So like for the werewolf picture, I didn't look up any pictures of werewolves. I just looked at a few pictures of wolves, and then I got to drawing. And for the others, I was loosely inspired by kind of like, I guess, gargoyles or sort of those vampiric races that are more of the like undead bat monster form looking. And for the carriers, they're obviously very influenced by like media depictions of zombies. I did try to do a Google search on corpses, and the image search like blocked out a bunch of the results, and I'm like, do I really want to unblock this this image? Do I really want to see a bunch of dead corpses? Probably not. So yeah, we're just gonna wing that. But I did have fun drawing these, and I hope that the end result isn't too like goofy looking, even though my lines are pretty cartoony. So where was I going before all that? I just kind of like went off on a small tangent. Oh yes, so Allele, a bit of a challenge, going for a darker, grimmer kind of atmosphere. A lot of the more gory scenes, I guess you could say. I don't go into graphic detail with my descriptions because I don't really feel like the need. I'd rather let the reader's imagination fill in the details if they so desire to, and then I would have mostly like black and red backgrounds because again, it's not something that I really want to draw if it's like really gory or grotesque. Just give them a more at least with my approach was to just kind of provide a more blunt, straightforward, direct, minimal description of what is happening from a kind of objective, just kind of empirical, like just stated flatly what is happening, and let the reader kind of interpret that how they will. So whether or not that was successful, I guess I will wait to see what people have to say. Again, the game is available, and I'm just going to also do some little footage here at the end of how to unlock the option to bite Isaac, because I've already had a few people asking me how to unlock this scene. I didn't think it was that I don't know, difficult or hidden, but it does have a couple requirements, so I'm just going to leave that footage playing at the end for anybody who might be, I guess, wanting to have that option. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great week. Enjoy the fall season. This is my favorite time of year, and if I don't get a video out next week, have a happy Halloween. And as always, if you're working on something, thinking about working on something, don't forget to enjoy the process. Take care. Bye-bye.
Greetings. Huh. Why? Oh.